What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Horror Bros podcast. I'm Danny,
And I'm Derek.
and today we're going to be covering the 1990 remake of Night of the Living Dead. I have the Night of the Living Dead. I just don't have the right one. I have what is it, the original, right?
Yep, the
Yeah.
1968
See,
original one.
I never watched it. I just seen it, and I was like, that's a classic. I'm gonna cop it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But this one's better.
But for this one, I'm gonna step in a lot near the end, but I'm gonna try to help on the beginning and middle. I'm really gonna try, but we'll see. But
Okay.
you want to go through what you wanted to say first?
Yeah, dude. Okay. And the original 1968, it was supposed to be called Night of the Flesh Eaters.
Really?
Yeah, but they got a letter because there was already a movie called that, so they named it Night of the Living Dead. And anyway, Tom Savini, who directed the 1990 one, wanted to do the makeup and stuff for the 1968 one. And George A. Romero was going to let him do it, but then he got drafted to Vietnam. Tom
Tom
Savini
Savini
didn't.
did?
Yeah, and he didn't
Um,
get to work on it. So 20
dude.
so they were deciding to remake it in like 86, and George A. Romero got a hold of him and he was like, "Awesome, I finally get to do the makeup." And he was like, "No, I want you to direct it." So he like allowed
Wow.
him to direct it.
Bro,
Cuz George
so
Yeah, George Romero was still involved, but he, gave it over to Tom Savini, who I think did a great job in my opinion.
see, I was wondering about that because I was like, I thought it was George A. Romero, not Tom Savini. How'd he get up in there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he was a fan.
I want to say something because I want to quit saying it at the end because like I don't think a whole lot of people are like making it to the end like this early in the channel. But I want to go ahead and throw this out. Look, check these out, you guys. We got these things. Hang on, I didn't get to show off my screen one. That's Michael. Hang on. Okay, so me and Derek have this collection going on. So my mom makes these stuffed figures, right, of horror people. Friggin' top notch, dude. Got Ghostface. I
Yes.
got Jason. I got Chucky chilling behind me. I got Michael right here. See, but Michael, you can't judge Michael. This was like the one of the first ones she did. So this one's like not as top tier as the other ones. It's all right because these are top tier. But anyways, the
Yeah.
reason I bring that up is because you can buy them now. Actually, she don't know you can buy them. I'm trying to surprise her with it. I'm trying to like get the podcast going and get somebody interested, and then like reveal it to her. She's like,
Yeah.
but yeah, bro, for real. If you got kids that like horror
Yeah.
movies, that's the wave. Instead of
For
buying them
real. Yeah.
forty
Those
dollars
are, yeah.
$40 figures, ain't nobody got the money for that. All
Right.
right, but back to the thing. I just wanted to put that in the beginning now instead of near the
Yeah.
end. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. But what was you
Gotcha.
saying?
Yeah, I was just saying. So anyway, yeah, George Romero they wanted to remake it because, as you said before, I think on here, that when they did the original one, the company didn't copyright it, so
Yep.
they didn't really make no money off of it. So they wanted to do a remake so that some of the people involved in the original could make some money off of it.
And what it was is it would have been copyrighted, but it was like one small error that was made. Like it was like the signature on one paper, bro. That's how they
Yeah.
described it. Like it was one small thing that made it uncopyrighted.
Yeah, so it was public domain
Yeah, that's why
because
you'll
of that.
see it in Halloween 2. Ain't that what's playing? You see it
Yeah.
in Halloween 2. Where
Yeah.
else you see it?
Oh man,
What
it's a lot of
what's that other
stuff.
movie I said? There was another one. Well, there was another well-known one that it was in there. I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't remember. But yeah, I don't have any fun facts for this one either. You got any more? You got any other cool ones?
Uh
Or is it
oh yeah, the real skinny zombie that comes in the window and she shoots to prove that they're alive. I mean that they're undead. The woman who played Barbara in that movie, Tom Savini got that dude to be in his movie because he was a cab driver and he had taken Tom Savini somewhere and he was like, "You got to be in my movie." And Patricia Tallman, who plays Barbara, said that that guy followed her around all day going, "Barbara, I'm coming to get you." She said it was real creepy.
Well, what'd he do that for?
I don't know. He probably was a fan of the original and just thought it was funny. I don't know. You
Oh,
can nowadays it'd be
oh,
considered pretty creepy though.
is that something from the original?
No, it's from the
Oh,
remake. But I'm saying the
oh, okay,
cab driver
okay.
might have been a fan
Oh,
of the
okay.
original.
Okay,
He thought it was cool to do
I
that.
get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get what you're saying.
But anyway,
And actually, one more thing, Candyman is in this movie. I actually didn't
yes.
even, bro. Like at first, I was like, I don't think it's him.
Yeah, Tony Todd,
And then
the man.
near the end, I was like, yeah, it's him. It took me
Yeah.
literally the whole movie to figure out that it was him.
Oh yeah, dude, how he got that part is Tom Savini said he went in for an audition. They gave him the script. He walked out in the hallway for 5 minutes, came back in without the script, had it all memorized, did the scene, had tears rolling down, and Tom Savini closed the book and said, "You're Ben."
Dude, that's literally how you know that. Dude, Tony Todd is the OG.
Yeah, he is. Yes. The man, the myth, the legend.
I think he's
Okay.
very underrated. But yeah, anyway, what were you saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now let's get to the great one of the greatest films of all time.
Let's go into the movie.
Yeah. So it starts off, and I love the way it starts off. They're going up the hill. It just shows them driving up a big long hill, like talking about like how Johnny doesn't want to go there. Their mother was buried there to like make him mad. They're on their way to the cemetery to see their mother. Anyway, I love that part, dude, because he's just picking on her and she's so scared,
Oh,
you know?
is that what it is? They're going to see their mom, so they're related.
Yeah, the people at the beginning are brother and sister, Johnny and Barbara.
Hmm.
Yeah.
See, I seen the whole part, but like I just missed the dialogue, like them talking. Like I seen the part after that.
Oh, yeah,
I
gotcha.
missed
Yeah,
some of
no,
the dialogue.
they're brother and sister. So they finally get up there and she's acting all scared and he's like, "They're coming to get you, Barbara." I love that part. So anyway, they're just talking back and forth, and then he sees someone and he's like, "Look, they're coming to get you now." And then he like acts like his mom like pulls him down into the grave, and then the dude walks up and he's just like, "Sorry, I'm sorry." And they're like, "Whoa, man, are you okay?" So he starts walking off, and dude, this every time I see this movie, this part did it jump scare you? Where the first zombie like pushed Johnny out the way and attacked Barbara?
No, no,
Really? I
because
thought it would.
I was very surprised on how fast it jumped into it. Like it, dude, it goes straight in. I'm like, bro, what did I even miss? I'm only like 2 minutes in.
Yeah, yeah. It starts off right at the beginning, and anyway, the zombie starts attacking Barbara, and then Johnny steps in and is fighting it. And dude, in the original, when Johnny's fighting the zombie, like when he falls and hits his head on the tombstone, it's kind of like it looks. I get because it's '68. It was
Yeah,
done
like
like back in those days.
68, like yeah, they ain't gonna have very good like effects and stuff.
Right. For this one, they made a whole dummy of Bill Moseley, who plays Johnny. He's also out of
Bill
the Rob
Mosley.
Zombie films. Bill
Bill
Moseley. Yeah, he's Otis Driftwood out of the Devil's Rejects and stuff.
is that uh big dummy from Texas Chainsaw?
Oh yeah, yeah, it's the one. Yeah, Chop Top.
Yeah, yeah, dude, I could not remember his name. I just knew he was a crazy one. But dude, as soon as you said his name, I was like, bro, I know
Yep,
that
yeah,
name.
it's Chop Top.
But yeah,
So anyway, they made a whole dummy, and then the zombie trips him and bam, impales his head on a tombstone. Instant death.
yeah. Dude, that one surprised me. I was like, really?
Yeah, dude. Me too. When I first seen it, which was years ago, I was like, "Oh my!" It just looks so painful, man.
Yeah, and actually I know this part pretty good because yeah, by this point I was like, bro, what's
Yeah, you were
going
into
on?
it.
But anyways, so after that happens, she runs and she gets in a car, right? She goes ahead and gets in a car and she goes backwards
Yeah, because she
because
runs past the.
the walkers, I'm gonna be calling them walkers. They're trying to get to her. And I mean there's something that really can like I don't know, like these zombies in this one are like they're different from most zombies. Like you can tell
Yeah, dude, and they
because
look really creepy, dude.
yeah, because like these zombies kind of, acknowledge each other.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, they
most
do.
most zombies in other shows, they just like act like they not even there.
Yeah, and dude, the right before she pulls the emergency brake or the release brake, she sees someone coming who looks kind of normal
Yeah,
because they're freshly dead, and she's like, help me!" And he walks his like suit off because, morticians
yeah,
they cut up the back of the thing to like dress people.
yeah. You get a good shot of his booty cheeks.
Yeah, and then she gets the windows rolled up, and then the other zombie who killed Johnny comes, and he starts busting the window with a brick. I don't know how zombies are that smart, but he starts hitting the window with the brick and busts it, and then that's when she pulls the emergency brake.
Dude, yeah, I'm telling you, these Night of the Living Dead zombies, they
Yeah,
built different. They built different. Hey,
yeah, I'd hate to run into
at
him.
least they ain't running zombies. Imagine they were like that and they ran.
Oh my
They'd
gosh,
be like crack zombies, bro.
dude, the zombies from 28 Days Later. I don't know if you ever seen that movie, but
Uh-uh. I've heard of it, but I ain't never seen
yeah,
it.
that'd be scary.
One little side note I want to say. Well, no, you probably say this movie. Never mind. That'd be a dumb question. I was gonna say, like, out of all like zombie movies that you've seen, what's your favorite, like, what do you call that? Portrayal of zombies. Like,
Oh,
like not all zombies are the same in different movies. Like some of them
yeah,
run, some of them walk. Like,
yeah,
what do you think? I don't like what's an I'm trying to word it really good. Like, what's your regular characteristics of a zombie? Like, do they run or is it like this movie zombies?
yeah. This movie zombies. That's what, when I
See,
think of a zombie, that's what I think of.
that's what I thought you were gonna say. Me, it's like more modern day, like they just walk and they eat you. Like
Yeah,
they're just dead people that are hungry, bro.
yeah.
Unless you want some like Dawn of the Dead stuff and they like running and like all that crazy stuff.
Yes.
No. All
Or
right.
Tar Man from Return of the Living Dead.
But yeah, you were saying after that dude kind of like literally walks out of his own suit, bro.
Yeah.
What's after that?
The other zombie that killed Johnny is takes a brick and well, first he starts trying to get in the window, and then he sees a brick and picks it up and starts hitting it until he busts it out. And then she pulls the release brake, going down the hill, and slams into a tree.
Yeah, she smacks that tree.
She does. And dude, there's a YouTube channel, Grim Life Collective, where they go to famous sites for movies, and they recently went to that cemetery and that farmhouse from that movie. It's awesome.
Really?
Yes, it's cool to see that stuff. Yeah. But anyway, she gets out the car and starts running, and
Yeah, dude, she booking it for real.
yeah, she makes it to the farmhouse, and she passes the gas pump first, and then she
Yeah.
sees the house. Yeah, and she runs down there and knocks,
Dang.
goes in,
Yeah.
starts hollering for people. You can take some if you want.
Yeah, because this is another part that I actually do know. As she's like investigating the house, she stops because she sees something
Yes,
up on the ledge, bro. I was
I
like,
love this part, dude.
what is that? And bro, it's a hand. Like you ain't even expecting it, but bro, it just falls straight off onto her. Like no arm, no nothing, just a hand, bro. And she's like freaking out.
Yeah, dude, she hits the ground, and this next part is wild, where she sees like a big dude coming towards the banister and just falls, and she moves out by the skin of her teeth. Man, she moves out of the way.
Oh yeah, the big dude. I actually remember that part because I was
Yeah,
like, "That's classic movie." Like for her to move out of the way right at the nick of time, like she couldn't move
yeah,
any time for that.
yeah, dude. Right, the guy who played him was one of Tom Savini's buddies, who was a cop, the sheriff.
Dude, you know a lot about this movie.
Dude, this is probably my favorite movie, at
Hey,
least my
but
favorite horror movie.
you making up for last week since you was slacking on Halloween 4 for real.
I really was. I really was, dude. I was just phoning that one in.
Oh, but dude, not long after that, like right after that hand falls, Candyman pulls up.
Yeah, because when Uncle Reed falls and almost crushes her, she runs outside and she
Yeah.
sees zombies. Oh, because she sees the one coming through the kitchen. So then she runs back
Yeah.
out the door, sees one coming up the driveway, and then all of a sudden a truck behind him just
Yeah.
plows him, dude.
He gets
Plows that zombie.
holding that trusty crowbar, dude.
Yeah, he jumps out and he thinks she lives there. And he's like,
Dude,
let's get inside. And she's like,
just
no, no, because she don't want to go in because of Uncle Reed, who about pancaked her.
yeah, dude. And then automatically, like off the jump, you could tell like Tony Todd is like the
Oh,
zombie
yeah.
slayer, bro.
He is, dude. He's the man. He busts in, he sees that one, he gives him a big thrust kick.
Dude, yeah, he kicks that. Dude, he donkey kicks that
He
guy,
do.
bro.
And then he gets some frying pan and wham. And he's taking care of him and puts a crowbar through his head. While he's doing that, Uncle Reed comes up behind Barbara. Well, we don't know it's Uncle Reed yet. The zombie comes up behind Barbara, and she after she had gotten a poker, and she hears him. She starts hitting him. Now, for that scene, they used the real poker when it was they had a dummy made of that guy, but when it was him, they used a rubber poker. Like when
Dude,
she first hits
they
him when
told
she
you
turned
all
around.
this stuff on the bonus features?
Yeah, it was like a whole big interview.
Dude, I wish all movies did that.
Me too. Me
Like
too.
went in good detail about the production. That'd be dope.
Yeah, it was Tom Savini, dude. He
Yeah,
was
that
telling all
that
about it.
man, that man definitely will go down in horror history forever.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it's I didn't know that he was in Vietnam, man. He was a
Yeah, me
photographer
neither.
in the army or in Vietnam. I don't know if what branch of the military it was, but it's pretty cool. But anyway, so she takes care of Uncle Reed. Finally, gets him taken care of. He plops up against the couch, and then this is one of the scenes you were talking about
Which
that
one?
where they talk and talk and talk.
Dude, like, don't. I mean, I know like movies are gonna have some talking, but dude, they never. Well, I mean, I didn't want to give it away, but bro, like, they stay in this house.
Yeah,
They there, like, they live in there.
yeah.
All of them in there now.
Yeah, yeah. So they have a big conversation. He's like asking her name. Well, he says, "My name's Ben. What's your name?" She says, "Barbara." He's like, "I need you to fight. I need you to, he's like giving her a pep talk. Like, I need you to be all right." He gives her a hug, which is different from the original dude, because in the original, Barbara slaps him and he slaps her and knocks her out
Really? Why?
because she wants to go find Johnny in the original. In this one, of course, she knows Johnny's dead. And the other one, she didn't think he was dead. And
Oh,
Ben's like, no, no, no. And then she slaps him. And then he's like, pop, and knocks her out, bro. But anyway, so he's giving her a pep talk, telling her she's got to, pretty much toughen up.
yeah,
And then he starts going through the whole long story of how he got there, what he knows about it, what he's learned about them.
yeah.
Then he starts boarding. Well, no, he doesn't start boarding up the stuff yet on that one.
Oh
He
yeah,
just like,
they don't start boarding it up till here
yeah,
after
no,
a
no.
while.
It starts after that it like goes outside and then it shows it getting dark, which is a cool scene, I think.
I
And
feel
then
like have they not found other people yet?
no, mm-mm.
Oh, I didn't realize it
That's
took
coming
that
up
long.
though. Yeah,
Yeah,
it does. It's in the original it's 40 minutes in and this one it's like 24 minutes in
yeah,
something.
yeah. I was about to say it wasn't that long in this one, but
Yeah.
that's
So
crazy.
yeah. So anyway, it turns dark. He turns on a light in the house. They're still. Then they go into another long scene of talking that you didn't like, talking about the cafe and all this stuff, and how he got the truck and all this stuff. And then he decides that he's going to go upstairs, and she's like, "There's something up there," and he's like, "Huh?" And she's like, "Look," and then you can see the blood. So he walks up there and sees a guy with a rifle, dead, with his hand cut off. So that's the hand that fell on her at the beginning. And then
Quit,
he
cat. Go on. Cat's playing in this box, being loud.
So
But
he's
anyway,
up,
what?
yeah. So he's up there and he finds the gun, He looks around for a bit and finds some bullets. And then she's downstairs and the door opens to the basement.
Oh, and this
As
is where the big
yeah,
doofus
this
walks in.
yeah, and it scares her. And it's Mr. Cooper and Tom. And Tom's like, we're not gonna hurt you. And then Ben runs down and he's like points the gun at him and they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then
Yeah,
they like this is where him and Cooper start bickering a bunch. You can tell from the start that they don't like each other.
yeah. I was okay. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. I was trying to pull up the cast names because like I don't know
Yeah,
who
dude.
all's who.
Well, the guy who played Harry Cooper is he played the I don't know. Have you ever seen House of a Thousand Corpse?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not
Well, he
gonna
plays
lie,
the
I'm not a
deputy in
big
there.
Rob Zombie fan.
I got you. Yeah, I think
I
you told
mean,
me that.
I got the Halloweens. I mean, the first one not trash, but yeah, not so much. But yeah,
Okay.
I just had to pull up all the people and their names real quick.
Yeah.
But
All right.
yeah, it's so Harry is the one that's Ben's wife, pretty much. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I was thinking about like, bro, y'all fight like a old married couple, bro. For real, y'all fight through
Right.
this whole movie.
Yeah. So Ben's like, how long have y'all been down there? Or have y'all been down there the whole time? And they're like, and he's like, didn't you hear the commotion up here? And
Yeah.
Cooper's like lying, like, no, we didn't hear anything. We thought it was those things.
Yeah, and that dude just straight up rats him out. He's like, nah, we were just scared. We didn't know what it was. For
Yeah,
all
if
we
you
know,
want to
it
know
could
the
have been
truth, we were
zombies.
scared. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That guy plays in Friday the 13th Part 7.
Does he really? Which one?
Yeah,
William
Tom.
Butler?
Yeah, he's Michael in Part 7, the cousin that gets killed in the woods.
I don't remember part seven. The main one I remember is part six, if we're
Yeah,
being
I mean,
honest,
that's
because
the
that's
best.
the best one.
That is the best one.
But seven, no, I don't
Yeah.
know. I
So
don't
anyway,
like right off the bat at least.
yeah. So then anyway, Tom starts going through a story, and Cooper's like, "Oh, we already heard this," and Ben's like, "I haven't heard it." And
Oh
then
yeah.
they're bickering, bickering, bickering.
Yep.
And then he's like, "Well, let's board up these windows." And then Cooper's like, no, let's go back to the cellar." And Ben's like, "I'm not locking myself in the cellar."
Yeah, dude. That dude just wants to go back to the cellar because that cellar's gonna fix everything. Like he ain't thinking it through. Like what they gonna do for food, water.
Yeah,
Like that was one of the things. Like that dude was so ready to go down that cellar, and I was like, bro, like what are you gonna do down there? Like
yeah,
for real.
right. So, and this is where we find out that it's Uncle Reg because he's like, "Do you live here, Tom?" He's like, "No, it's my Uncle Reg's house." And then he tells them what happened with Uncle Reg and that he was dead. And Cooper's like, "He's not dead. You had to be mistaken. He wasn't dead." And he's like, "He was dead." And then he attacked his cousin. And his cousin blew his head off. I don't know if I can say that, but his cousin shot himself.
Oh, we forgot.
Huh?
No, never mind. I forgot. We didn't forget a part. That's not until here in a few minutes. Sorry.
Okay, got you. So
Let me see.
then Ben pretty much gives him an ultimatum. He's like, if you want to go to the cellar, then go, Cooper. I'm not going to lock myself in there until I absolutely have to. You can be boss down there. I'm boss up here.
And literally every time that Ben tells him he can go down there, he just ignores him and doesn't go down there.
I know.
And then he
It,
just brings it back up later how they should go down there. Like, bro, just go down there yourself.
yeah, they told you to go. So then he looks at Tom and he's like, what are you going to do? And then Tom goes to go to the basement. And this is funny, man, because as soon as he goes to walk over there, the Harry Cooper's like, hi. He's going back to the basement. And then he hollers for Judy Rose Larson, to come up the steps. And then Cooper's like, y'all are crazy.
Hmm.
And then that's when they decide that they're going to board the house up.
Yeah.
Yeah, by taking stuff apart. And Judy Rose is like scared. And dude, this part was always funny to me. He's he's telling her to find some nails and stuff, right? And she's like, I'm scared. What's happening? And he's like, just do what I say, Judy Rose. And then he gives her a weird kiss.
Bro, one thing, is that the same couple that where the husband's like mean to her, bro?
No,
That's Harry, right?
Yeah, that's Harry.
See, that's one part I didn't like. He mean his wife for no reason.
He really is,
Like
dude.
you,
He's a
you can just
douchebag.
tell he's one of them like dads that like work the office job and then he drinks when he gets home because he hates his job and then he gets drunk and then beats on his wife.
Yeah.
Like stereotypical horror guy in movies.
Oh yeah.
Or
Yeah.
heck, a lot of movies, not even horror movies anymore.
Right. Yeah. But no, that's Harry and Helen.
Yeah.
Koopa. So
See,
anyway,
yeah.
so they decide to do that, and Cooper's like, "All right, I'm going back to the basement, or back to the cellar, and when I lock this door, I'm not opening it again." And then Ben's like, "Well, if someone comes to help us, we might remember to tell you." So then he goes to the basement, and this is where, or to the cellar. I guess it's a basement, but they call it a cellar.
Yeah.
And this is where we first get a look at his wife and sick daughter.
See, that's the part I was gonna bring up his daughter because I was like, when do we find out about her? I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had said it upstairs as well, but when he goes upstairs, that's when you first see her laying on the old door that they put on some kind of
Yeah.
planks. And
And
his wife is like, "What's going on up there?"
she ain't looking good either.
Right. No, she's not. Her fever is spiked. Um, so anyway, then she's like, "What's going on up there? What are they doing?" And or where'd they go? And she's like, "They're staying up there." And she's like, "Well, we should go up there." And she's like, "They're boarding up the place." She's like, "It's safer down here, Helen." And then she's like, "We should." They got the gun up there, and he's like, "No, Helen, they got two guns. But it doesn't matter if they have 100 guns. It's safer down here." They just
Yeah, bro. He be
big
thinking
old
that
douchebag.
basement's bulletproof and
I know, right? And Ben's right, dude. Because if they get in there and they get through that door, there's no way out of the basement,
yeah, like
the
literally they're
cellar.
cornered. They're just gonna have to accept death.
Yeah, at least upstairs, like they say, they can run out somewhere and just run because they can outrun those zombies.
And actually, them being upstairs, from what Ben sees of the boarding up, I don't think being upstairs is too safe either.
No, it's not.
Because he's
No.
like, I remember, I don't remember how late it was. It was just one of the parts I remember that he was like, he walks up to it and he like knocks on. He goes, puts his hand straight through it. He's
Oh
like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
this
Well,
ain't
dude,
gonna work.
the irony of it is like at the end, and we'll talk about that, like about both them guys. But anyway, so yeah, he's arguing with his wife, and she's like, "This is your kid. You gotta, um, we gotta get her to a doctor." And he's like, "Well, there's no doctors up there, Helen." So then they're upstairs bored and stuff. They're hammering stuff. They're getting it all taken care of.
Oh yeah.
Um, this is where Barbara is like turning into a tough girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's got a gun. She
Oh
changes
yeah,
into
that
like
short
her.
hair girl. Yeah.
Yeah, this is where in the original she never did that. She was like a big she was just like scared. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
and
well, she ain't
Barbara
in
in
this
this one
one.
was scared at the beginning, but in the middle she turns, you know what I mean? Like she's
Yeah,
like,
bro.
"Okay, I gotta toughen up."
She flips completely.
Yeah. So they're upstairs boarding all that stuff in and they're getting stuff. Then they start running out and like as they're putting it up, so, some of the zombies are kind of getting through and they're like shoving them back out and
Yeah.
everyone's getting scared. And then this is where the part you were talking about where Tom's like, "Oh, there's doors upstairs or whatever, right?" So they go upstairs and they're looking and they're looking, and this is what you're talking about when he's like shows them the door and he's like, "Is this all new stuff?" And he's like, "Yeah, Uncle Reed was redoing it." He was like, "No good." He's like, "It's better than nothing, Ben." And he punches his hand through it and he's like, "It's no good."
Yeah. Yeah. Because like what was his name? The really dumb guy?
Tom,
Bro, he like he's not smart. Like I'm trying to describe it, but there's really like Shelly from
yeah,
Friday the
yeah, from
13th.
Friday the 13th, yeah,
Except the other guy don't pick as much. He don't like play jokes as much. He's just equally as dumb as he is, I believe.
yeah, yeah.
But anyways, what's after that?
So they're taking
I'll
care.
jump in whenever there's a part I remember.
Okay. So this is where Ben finds a TV, right? And turns it on. And that's when you first see the
The
news
news
broadcast.
broadcast, yeah.
Now the guy who's doing that news broadcast was in the original as the TV interviewer. Yeah. And it's pretty cool, man. Like, cause some of the people from the original like had cameos in this one.
See, I like that it's a lot more realistic in that way because in most zombie movies, for some reason, everything craps out. Like why?
I don't know. Yeah, I know
Like
what you're saying though.
the
Yeah.
like the cell phones go out, the freaking
Yeah.
everything. Like even the cars break, everything shuts
Yeah.
down,
Yeah.
everything is closed. Like it's not really realistic at all because like the world can, unless it was like everybody in the population turning into a zombie, if it was to actually break out, it would be okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't, it's just, I don't know, like if it was realistic, like there would be precautions that they would take to make sure that they could contain it. Like obviously they
Yeah.
ain't gonna do that in the movie to make like the movie's got to be good, but like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. 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 So anyway, those doors are too weak. They won't work, right?
Yeah.
So oh yeah, so he moved on and he found the TV and then he found some lumber and stuff. And then that's when Tom's like, "Oh, I'm stupid. Those old doors that we took down are in the cellar." And Ben's like, "Oh, okay." So he takes the board he has and he's like, "Heads up down there." And he drops it, and right as it hits the floor, it shows the cellar, and the dust goes in Cooper's eyes. He's
Oh
like, "What are
yeah,
them
I remember that
yo-yos
part.
doing?" He's like, "They're a bunch of
Yeah,
yo-yos."
yeah.
And whatever that means, I don't know. But he calls them yo-yos quite a few times. So she's like, so anyway, so they go down to the cellar door and they're like, oh yeah, because he's like, I'm not gonna open the cellar door for them. And he's like, what if they knock? He's like, I'm not gonna open it. And then he hollers for him and he's like they need him. And they're like, we need those doors down there. And he's like, and then this is where he first hits her. Because she's like, let's go open the door. And he won't let her and he grabs her and then he smacks her.
See, that's
Which
what I'm
is
talking about.
yeah,
He for real messed up.
yeah. So then they're trying to get in the door and Ben's like he's gonna shoot the door in, like he's gonna shotgun blast it if he doesn't open it. He's like, that's one, Cooper. Cooper, that's two. What you gonna do? And then Cooper eventually goes up and opens the door, and then Ben grabs him. And he's like, you from now on, you keep this door unlocked in case I might want to get down there. And he's like, oh yeah, best of both worlds. Well, that's not gonna happen, bud. You know. So then they finally start getting the doors, and this is the part where Ben first sees the little girl, how sick she is.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't
they're
know.
trying to get, I think this is where we left off. So they're trying to get into the cellar. They're beating at the door. Helen, oh no, 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 we're at the part where they're already downstairs.
Oh yeah, they was already
Yeah, he was
downstairs.
getting the thing. But we forgot the part when Cooper first opens the door and he grabs and Ben grabs Cooper. They start fighting. He points the gun at him, and that's when he tells him to leave the door open. And they're arguing. And then Judy Rose comes over, and she's like, "Stop it! This is our house. This is Tom's house. Where would y'all be if we didn't let y'all in?
Yeah,
Where
I
would you be
remember
if
that.
we kicked y'all out?"
She
And
said,
then,
yeah, she said, I'd like to see where
yeah,
y'all be at.
yeah. And then Tom's like, "We wouldn't do nothing like that, Judy Rose. Now let's work together so we can get this stuff done."
Yep. And see,
Okay.
that's what I was saying. He's like, he just wishes they quit fighting so they can just live through it.
Yeah. So then Ben goes downstairs, and this is when he first sees Cooper's daughter, Sarah. And she's like, they tell him that she had been bit because he asked what happened to her. She had been bitten by one of those things. And he's like, well, you might want to keep her covered. He's like, I'll get some blankets from upstairs.
Oh
And
yeah.
then, yeah,
Yeah.
and then this is when
Yeah.
Cooper's like,
Yeah, the dad's just like, I don't need your help. Just takes off his jacket and lays her down. Yeah, if you're wondering why we said it twice, there was a recording error and we didn't really know where we left off at. We couldn't get the chat to work, but we good now.
yeah, yeah. So,
But yeah, dude, uh Candyman, whatever his name is in the movie, dude, when he
Ben,
says that, bro, he gives that girl a look like, oh God, I'm gonna have to kill this girl in front of her dad, and he already freaking hates me.
Right. And the part that we had forgot to mention at the beginning, when they talked about the who had cars, Helen and Harry's car had tipped over,
Oh yeah,
um, and or broke down. Tipped over was on the original. Broke down. Tom and Judy Rose don't have one, and of course Ben has the truck that's out of gas. And they mentioned that there's a gas pump, but Uncle Reed keeps a lock on it, and he's like, "Do you know where the key is?" And he's like, "No, but we can look." And then he's like, "No, don't worry about it right now. We might not ever find it." Okay. So now they're in the basement. Ben goes to get the last door, and he looks over, and Cooper's like, "Oh, you want this one too?" So he starts walking upstairs, and before he does, he looks at Cooper and he's like, "Cooper, why you're not doing anything? Since you're not doing anything, why don't you try to look for that key?"
yep,
And then Helen's like, "What key?" And he's like, "The key to the gas pump." And she's like, "Well, we got to help him find it." And he's like, "No, no." And then like he tries to keep her down there again, and she breaks away and goes upstairs and starts searching everywhere.
yeah,
She like dumps out drawers and all this stuff. So then Cooper's standing at the door just looking at everyone. Tom is putting something on the window,
yeah. I
and
remember that.
yeah, they start breaking through, and Cooper kind of hesitates. Tom's like, "Cooper, can you give me the nails?" And he kind of hesitates, and he finally
Yeah,
does.
yeah. I was like, bro, if you for real watch this dude die, that you're an
Yeah, that's
awful,
why.
awful person.
Yeah. So, so they're all doing that stuff, and then Cooper is standing by the steps, and he hears the TV. So he goes upstairs and he sees that there's a TV, and then he's watching the news broadcast now.
Oh yeah,
And then he gets an idea and he unplugs it and picks it up and he starts carrying it downstairs. And it looks like he's going to take it to the cellar. And then Ben sees him and they start fighting over it. And it falls down the cellar steps and busts. And then him and Ben start fighting. And then he's like, "I wasn't taking it to the basement." He's like, "There's no reception down there." But it plainly looked like he was taking it to the basement, right?
well, see, maybe what I was thinking, maybe like use it to like distract them, like plug it up and turn it on, have like all the noise distract them. So maybe I don't know, maybe they can do something.
Yeah,
I don't
true.
know. It doesn't really make sense because, like,
Yeah,
what are they gonna do with it? Watch the news to get updates? I mean, maybe,
yeah,
I guess,
yeah. Well, that was his plan, I think. But that's just another reason for Cooper and Ben to fight.
bro.
So
Like I said,
then,
like an old married couple fighting over
yeah,
everything.
yeah. And Barbara had mentioned earlier that they could just walk past those zombies, which they could have, because they were really slow. You could
Yeah,
probably just run past them and make sure that they don't gang up on you. But then at this point, I guess they're like, well, maybe the keys are on Uncle Reed's, right? So she opens the door and she's like, "Is that Uncle Reed's?" And Tom's like, "It looks like him." So then Judy Rose goes and starts searching his pockets. And it's a zombie apocalypse, bro, when she pulls out a wad of money and just drops it, like, who cares? And like
yeah.
continues to search for the keys. And while she's doing that, Barbara sees the zombie that started it off for her.
Oh,
The
really?
guy, yeah, and then she like shoots him in the head, which was like a cool moment because she's like, "Yeah, that's the one that started it for me." So she puts him down.
Oh, I was. Is this the one where she's walking like quite a few walkers, and she just shoots at one?
No, this is like where they're searching for the keys, and she
Oh,
walks
I'm
outside.
thinking about the end. Never mind.
Yeah, you're thinking, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So she puts him down, and then the Judy Rose like, "We found the keys." They found the keys.
yeah,
So they go inside and they make a plan for Ben and Tom to take the truck and fill it up.
yeah.
And Ben won't go unless Barbara stays in there with the rifle because he doesn't trust Cooper. And then Judy Rose wants to go, and Tom's like, "No, you stay here." And she's like, I've experienced driving trucks. Tell him, Tom." And she's like, "She's been driving trucks all life. Her daddy owns trucks." And Ben's like, "Okay." So they set their plan in motion. She's the driver. Tom's going to get the gas, and Ben's going to kind of like keep the walkers off of them.
Yeah.
Walkers. I did it. I did it that
Ah,
time.
you did it. Yeah, I didn't even catch it. I'm just so used to it.
Zombies
What
off.
I refer to
So
them as.
yeah. So anyway, So they go outside. They like get torched because they found out that they're in the original. It established that like it showed that they were afraid of fire. And this one, Ben mentions it, like so they're afraid of fire.
See, I didn't really know about that because I was like, I ain't never seen walkers afraid of fire before. If anything, you just light them on fire, they just keep walking toward you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But in
Yeah.
the original, it was established that they were afraid of fire.
Okay.
So I guess in this one, they're afraid of fire. So anyway, they finally get the truck started. But meanwhile, Barbara and Helen are trying to get a zombie out the door so they can shut it.
Oh
And
yeah.
Cooper's not really helping them, man. So Ben grabs the walker and throws them off, and he starts fighting those walkers. And then the truck finally gets started, and it starts going. And Ben catches it. He throws the torch in
Yeah.
the back.
Cause I remember, dude, I feel like if she would have tried to start it that many times, it would have like tore the transmission up, but I don't
Or
know.
flooded it out, man.
Yeah, dude, because dude, she's cranking that car for probably a good 3, 4 minutes.
Oh yeah,
Like
and
there's so much happening while she's just cranking that truck.
yeah. Meanwhile, Ben's like fighting all these zombies off, man. So anyway, the truck takes off. Ben's finally able to. He throws the torch in the back of the truck, and he
Yeah,
finally gets in the truck. But when she takes a sharp turn,
dude, yeah,
he
he goes
flies out.
flying out.
Yeah, and
And he's
Tom
like,
tries.
yeah, and dude, at first when he said you lost Tom, dude, I thought she was like, screw him, I'm leaving him.
Yeah, yeah,
See, I didn't catch that she hadn't heard him. I was like, bro, do not do him like that.
yeah, yeah. She didn't hear Tom yell, and Tom was yelling that they lost Ben. So they finally get to the pump, and he's like, Judy Rose, we lost Ben. And she's like, why didn't you tell me? And he's like, I did. I was screaming at you. He's like, go down there and pick him up while he's trying to get the lock off, right? So
Yeah.
she's like, well, he's right there. Do you want me to go pick him up or just? And she's like, go pick him up. Again, she's trying to get the car started, right? The truck started because she had turned it off, I guess, to get the
Yeah.
gas. Then Tom realizes these aren't the keys.
Yeah, he goes, he's on the key. She goes, what?
And this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen
Dude,
anyone do in a movie.
and like I even knew that he was gonna die in such a dumb way, just the way his character was. Like he wasn't an annoyingly dumb character. He was just dumb in general.
Yeah.
But dude, he's like I guess he's just so frustrated with this night.
Yeah.
He just takes that shotgun. He's like, I'm gonna shoot that sucker off.
Yeah.
Boom!
Yeah. Yeah. Because when he shoots it, the
Dude.
gas fuse hits the torch, hits the truck, and boom.
Yeah, and then like the gas tank blows up, and then the truck blows up, and then something else blows. Dude, there's like three
Yeah.
different explosions.
Yeah. And as he was going to do it, Ben was like, no, Tom, what are you doing? Boom.
Yeah, he
So,
watches. He's like
so now Ben's outside with all the zombies.
by himself.
Barbara, yeah, by himself. Barbara, Helen, and Cooper are inside, and she has the gun out there. And then Cooper goes up to Helen because they all see that happen. They're like, "Oh no!" And he's like, "Go to the cellar." And Barbara's like, "Yeah, listen to him. I'm gonna go get help." So he walks Barbara over to the cellar, and she's like, "We should wait on Ben." He's like, "I'll wait as long as I can, but go to the cellar." And then when Helen goes down there, Harry's like, "I want that gun." And Barbara's like, "Oh, go back into the hole." And then as soon as she does that, zombies like reach through and start grabbing her.
Oh yeah,
And her
yeah,
and
I remember that
Harry,
part.
her and Cooper start fighting over the gun, right? And she gives that dude a run for his money. Like he can't hardly get that gun from her, dude. She finally lets him have the gun because the zombies finally grab him. And as that was
Oh, dude,
happening,
I got super excited because that's when I thought it was him. I was like, yes,
I know, dude. I was like, in that moment, I was like, I would have need him in the nards, man.
dude, yeah. Like honestly, I would have let them walkers get him,
Yeah. So
use him for
meanwhile,
bait or something.
yeah. So meanwhile, Ben can't get in. He hears the commotion and he can't get in the door, right? Well, when Barbara gets away, she runs over and opens the door for him. But while this is all going on, Helen went down to the cellar and she realized that her daughter Sarah was not there.
Yeah, bro. It's when it gets
Yes.
gnarly.
Yeah, and when she turns around, there her daughter is a zombie.
Yeah, full zombie.
Yep, coming at her, and she's like, "Oh, my baby, no!" And then she bites her neck. In the original, the little
Right, she
girl,
bites her mom. I didn't catch that.
yeah, she's like, but it doesn't
Oh,
really show it because
oh,
it showed it in the original, like when they were doing the movie, but they were going to rate it NC-17 because of all the gore. So Tom Savini had to cut a lot of the gore out so it could be rated R. That was on the special features as well.
that's.
Because if he kept all the gore in, the whatever company rates it or whatever was going to give it an NC-17.
I thought a rated R was like the worst, like the hardest
No,
one you could get.
no. NC-17 is pretty hardcore. But
Never even heard of it.
really?
Yeah, that's
Dang.
weird.
Yeah. So anyway, dude, in the original, when the what the little girl did is took a little garden shovel off the thing and stabbed her mom with it,
Why would
which
a
I thought was
zombie
weird.
do that?
I know. As I was watching the original last night, because I watched it last night,
Like
I was like,
zombies
"That's
just
so
eat
weird."
people. They don't use other weapons, dog.
Yeah.
Not that
Yeah.
I've
Agree.
ever seen, at least.
Same. But yeah, that's in the original. So anyway, so then Ben finally gets in the door, and Cooper has the gun, and he like shoots the zombies that was holding him, and it's empty. So
Yeah,
when Ben gets in the door, he's loading the gun, and they're just staring at each other. And then Barbara and Ben are trying to get the zombie out the door, and they won't
yeah,
go. So finally, he's like, "Just let him in," and he starts beating it down. It turns out to be a cop. So they're like, "Get his gun." While they're doing that, Cooper's got the gun loaded, and he's like going back down to the cellar, and then his daughter comes up, zombie-fied.
yeah.
Yeah, and Ben's like, shoot it, Cooper. He's like, no, that's my daughter. And he's like, shoot it, Cooper. And then Ben goes to, and he shoots Ben.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and then the zombie Sarah starts walking towards Barbara,
And
and
she
Barbara
blows
shoots
her
her.
brains out.
Yeah, and then Cooper goes to shoot her, and Ben
Yeah,
shoots
but
Cooper.
and then, bro, they just start exchanging shots
Yeah,
like it's a, they almost play it like getting shot is like getting shot with like or like getting stabbed. Like it hurts really bad, but like it
yeah, dude. And even Barbara's like, stop, guys, stop. What are y'all doing? You know, it's dumb. There's zombies coming in the
that's
house and y'all are
when
shooting each other.
the old man runs upstairs.
Yeah, he runs upstairs. He shot Ben twice. Ben shot him twice. He runs upstairs. Barbara's like, let's go. Ben's like, I can't. You
You
go.
can't. Yeah.
And she's like, I'll get help. And he's like, go.
Yeah, she's like super upset.
Yeah. So she
She's
goes out the
like
door.
she gets
And
frustrated. She's like, oh, and then she just goes out the door.
yeah, dude. And this is the irony. Ben didn't want to be down in the basement with the barricaded, but he has to go into the cellar, barricade the door, right? So he's down there. Um, and he has to kill Helen because now she's a zombie down there.
Yeah.
So he bam shoots her in the head. She's done. And then it's he's like down there, he's like getting a cigarette. The first cigarette's broke. He turns on the radio and he starts laughing because they're like talking about how dangerous it is. And then he lights a cigarette up and he's like, and he looks over and he sees the key that says gas pump. If Dude, if Cooper would have looked in the cellar like he was supposed to, they would have found the pump key.
That's so great.
Dude, isn't it? It was so good because most of them were in the cellar and they didn't see.
Dude, they was in the cellar for like a good minute.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he happens to look over and sees it and he grabs it and just starts laughing.
That's
Just
why
starts laughing.
if you're ever in this situation, just work together, bro. If you
Yeah.
want to live, I mean, if you want to die, go ahead and fight with each other.
Yeah. Leave the egos at the door, man.
Yeah, like when it
Goodness.
comes to something like this, just make it y'all's goal to survive, not
Yeah.
argue with each other like an old married couple.
Yeah. So then it shows, this is the part you were talking about earlier. It
Yes.
shows Barbara like walking through and
When
all the zombies out there.
and the part that bothers me is why didn't they just do this before? Just literally walk. Like she's literally just walking straight by them. Like they do
Dude, she
not
begged
care.
she begged them to do that in the movie and they wouldn't.
Like,
She
bro,
kept saying,
like
let's just go.
and then the one I was asking about, she stops to shoot one. Who is that? Her brother?
Um, no, that's just a woman with a doll. And when they made the movie, they just thought it like was real relatable because she like didn't want to shoot her, but she had to. Like she dreaded it. That's why she's like and shoots her in the head.
See, but like there was like 500 zombies out there. Why that one?
I know, right? I don't know. I guess they just wanted
Like
to
it would have been a lot
emotional.
cooler if like she would have seen her brother and be like, I can't see you like this, bro. And boom.
Well, she does see her brother.
Oh, does
She's
she?
walking. Yeah, she's walking and she comes up on a truck and she's like looking, and then someone shoots at her and she jumps in the truck, sees a couple zombies, dead zombies, and then she looks over and that's her brother that's dead right there. That's that's
How'd he get in the truck?
because those people was going around shooting the zombies in the head and throwing them in the truck. If you remember in one of the stories that Ben was telling, he was
Was
telling
that
about how there was people out there
was
doing
that the
that.
person that was dragging them behind the truck? Was that a person dragging them to put them in the truck, or what? No, them were walkers. See, that's one part I watched, and I was like, that zombie's dragging that person to eat him.
Oh
Most of the
yeah, yeah,
time,
yeah. But
zombies just chomp down right there.
yeah, but no. Okay, yeah, because that okay. So after she sees the people and
Yeah.
she sees her brother in the back of the truck, and then the guy grabs her from behind and they're like, "What are you doing out here by yourself?" And she's like, and jerks, and then they laugh at her. And then this is the part you're talking about. It clicks to showing like just the all the zombies and what they're doing, dude. That's the truck that blew up with Tom and Judy Rose. So them zombies are having barbecue, bro. They're eating
Okay.
the truck blew up and they're like eating them. And then it shows the zombie eating the bugs. It shows the zombie eating the
Oh,
mouse.
dude. Yeah, that's a part I wanted to put out. That's what I was talking about. Like, you know how I was saying earlier, like these zombies are like more aware of each other than other zombies.
Yeah,
Because, bro, it was like two little kids like playing with a bug, and the other one thought it was cool because he ate it.
yeah. And then
Or that's what was going through my head. He goes, and then the other zombie looked mad, like, you ain't gonna share.
yeah, then the one put the mouse in his mouth
Yeah.
and then one was eating one of the hands and then a zombie was walking by and grabbed it and started eating on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then it does that cool thing where like it went from day to night. This time it goes from night to day. And she wakes up in the passenger seat of a Jeep. And when she wakes up, she sees like a bunch of people with guns, and then she sees like a pen like where people are fighting the zombies. Like they're getting drunk fighting the zombies. And she's just like, what is happening? And she like goes up and she sees a bunch of zombies hanging from the tree and them shooting, and she's like, we are them, they are us. And then the people are like, what'd you say? And she's like, nothing. Having fun. And he's like, give me a break. But she's like, sees like that they're just as animalistic as the zombies, man. You know?
And bro, that girl, she looks like she kind of going crazy in that movie a little bit. Like there was at one point, like I don't know why I just thought about it now because it happened so long ago. Like at first when they first met, it might not have been when they first met. Like he was trying to get her back into the house, bro. She's just standing there laughing, dog.
Yeah. Yeah,
Was
yeah.
she
She's
laughing
scary.
or was she just hysterically crying?
Oh no, no. Yeah,
She
at the
was
beginning she was
laughing, right?
crying, I think. No, I think she was crying
Oh.
at the beginning.
Well,
But
dude,
you're right though.
I don't know what she was doing, but it wasn't a good cry, dude. I honestly thought she was like going so crazy she was laughing about it.
Well, I don't know, man. I'd have to look back at it. It might have been like a laugh cry. Like, oh my goodness, you know. But um you're right though, she does slowly go crazy through the movie. Like that's why when she's shooting the skinny zombie through the window, Ben's like, you're losing it, girl.
Yeah.
But I mean, in that situation, you gotta kinda, man, gotta kinda go
Yeah, I
crazy.
mean, it's like people, I don't know. I mean, I've heard like people have a hard time doing stuff until it's like your life on the line. Like people will do so much more when there's stakes involved and
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah, for
you know
sure.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like people have like people talk about Saw, like how do you put yourself through so much pain to escape the few people that do? It's the will to live, my guy.
yeah, exactly.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah, most people ain't gonna be built for it, but there's gonna be them some people that will do whatever they have to do to survive in a given situation in
Oh yeah,
movies.
yeah,
Like, I mean, yeah, there's people like that, but most of them are not of the time.
yeah. So then it clicks to her walking up. They're back at the. It shows them like pull up to the farmhouse, and she like gets out and she's walking in and she's just looking around and you hear chainsaw before you she goes in. And when she's going in, you see the two guys that found her the previous night, two of the guys, because there was a couple of them, and they're
Yeah.
chainsawing the cellar door. They're trying to like chainsaw the thing, and they finally get it open. And he goes and he like backs out, and Ben walks out. He's a zombie, and I'm so disappointed in that man. He should have survived.
Yeah.
If their egos wouldn't have got in the way, he would have survived. So
Heck,
they have to put
I
him
feel
down.
like if they would have just quit being so dumb and do what the one girl said, most of them would have survived.
That's true. That
Like,
is
yeah,
true.
they might have lost like one or two, but not as many as
Yeah.
they did doing their
Yeah.
whole shebang.
Yeah. Yeah, because earlier Cooper had said, like, pretty much said it was Ben's fault that Tom and Judy Rose got killed. He didn't tell them to shoot the gas pump. Although in the original one, Ben is the one that shoots the gas pump.
And dies.
No, it still has a torch. He shoots the gas pump, it unlocks it. But when Tom takes the gas thing out, it's spewing gas and it sets the truck on fire. And he jumps in it and pulls it forward. And Judy's in the passenger, and then it blows up.
Yeah, so I mean
Yeah.
there seems to be quite a few differences between the original and the
There
remake.
is, and this is a big one too. So anyway, they're like, "All right, drag that thing out of here." And then he tells the other guy, "I'm gonna look around, watch your back. There might be more." And then it shows Barbara there, and then she gets kind of jump scared, and it's Cooper. And I love this part so much. He's like, "You came back. You came back." And she pulls that revolver and puts one right between his eyes. And so, dude, he made it. He was alive. He wasn't a
Cooper
zombie.
was
Huh?
Cooper or the Candy Man?
Cooper.
Okay, Cooper.
Yeah, he was alive. He had the one that had went to the attic. He had survived. And he's like, "You came back. You came back." And then she kills him. And she looks at the other guy.
I
She's
would
like,
have
"There's
too.
another
I
one for
would
the
have too
fire."
for real.
So would I. I would have too. I love that part. And then she walks out on the porch and boom, end credits. Because it shows them like burning the zombies on the bonfire and then end credits.
I like
Now
that.
the
That's good.
yes. Now the difference in these movies, dude, in the original, everyone died.
Dude, really? Everybody?
Everyone that was in that house died. Bill, Johnny came back, like open, got through with, at the end, like when all the zombies are coming in. The original, Johnny was leading them, and he grabs Barbara, and she goes into the zombie thing, right?
Yeah.
So, uh, Cooper died. Ben shoots and kills Cooper because he tried to fight him for the gun.
Oh,
So
really?
Cooper, yeah, so Cooper locks himself in the cellar in the original, and he wakes up hearing dogs and guns and stuff. So he goes upstairs and he has a gun, bro. And he looks out the window, and the lynch mob pretty much that's outside is like, "There's one, get him right between the eyes," and they shoot and kill him because he didn't speak. They thought he was a zombie.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's the original's good too, man. But my favorite is the remake.
I'm gonna have to sit down and give it another try.
Dude, I love it. I really do. Like I said, I watched it yesterday morning, watched the original last night, and then again this morning watched this one, and didn't get tired of it. Loved every minute of it.
I mean, for real, I dig the ending a lot. I do like the ending. I'll give it that. But I'm gonna just have to sit down. Like I need to watch it all at one time. I need to watch it all
Yeah,
instead
yeah.
of having to like spread it out because I gotta keep doing stuff.
Did I like the remake because it made Barbara like into a bad butt instead of like
A
in the
weenie.
original she was kind of yeah like a weenie the whole movie.
Yeah.
In this one she was tough.
But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be generous just because the ending was a banger. I'm gonna give it a good 7.5 out of 10 stars, dude.
Oh man, for
Seven
me,
and a half, dude.
100%, and this is no cat. 100%. I give it a 10 for me
I
because
I
I
I felt
absolutely
you'd
love
say that. Like you like that's one of your favorites, and
it. Yeah.
I gotta respect that. But like I said, I'm gonna give it another watch because I feel like if I watch it again, it'll be different.
Yes. I absolutely love it.
I know what I'm watching tonight, though. Like I said, I'm watching Scream Five
Scream.
tonight. I'm I could have swore I had this on DVD before, but I really don't.
Oh, you don't? I don't either, but
I thought I had it before, but I guess I didn't,
yeah.
dude. So I've been watching these. I don't know if I told you, I've been watching these YouTubers,
Hmm.
and they do like reaction videos, but they do it in a really cool way. They react to like movies and TV shows that have Jenna Ortega in it. Did I tell you about them?
No. Oh, you know what? I think you did.
I
Yeah.
did. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're my new favorite YouTubers.
And what are they called? What is their channel?
Um, bro, hang on for because the something. Hang on. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to find them now that I actually want to. I bet this is how I found it. Found it. The Kid Law. That's what it is. The Kid Law. Look,
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
I mean he's got 60K. That ain't bad, but dude, they be getting some heck of views on them. I don't know why I held up the phone acting like you was gonna be able to see that.
Yeah, no.
But bro,
I'll have to check it out though.
their latest one, dude, their last like okay, yeah, so like most of their movies, they're just watching stuff because of Jenna Ortega. And I dig it. I dig it. Like
Yeah.
I'm all for it. I've already watched like the biggest part of dude, I don't know what it was, but ever since like the other day, bro, something hit different. I dig Jenna a lot now. So we gonna make his podcast blow up so I can meet her. So I can meet her. Bro, that is like the perfect what do you call that?
A goal,
Yeah, like motivation. That's what it is.
motivation. Yeah.
Super good motivation.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I'm excited to watch Scream 5 tonight. What we're gonna do is hopefully we can finish this Halloween series so we can
I know.
start because I want to start the Scream franchise in time to get like four. I mean,
Yeah.
the five covered right before six comes out, so we can cover
Yeah.
six as soon as it comes out. One thing I wanted to ask: have you heard about Megan?
Yes.
We
Yeah.
watched it.
Did you?
We went and seen it last night.
You know what? Honestly, I thought you would. I told Trini y'all probably went to the movies.
I was like, Destiny, you want to go see this? It might not be good, but it might. We're gonna take
I
that
heard it
chance.
was good.
Bro, it was good. It was good. I
Was it?
liked it. See, I really didn't think I was gonna like it because it's a doll. Like, oh gosh, this is gonna be like the Child's Play remake.
Yeah.
But dude, they did a really good. I dig it. It was super good. There was even a couple parts that Destiny couldn't even watch because she was scared.
I heard it was really good. I might have to check it out.
But yeah, that's what I was saying. That's a new good movie. I was gonna see if there was a way that you could watch it. It might be able to be a bonus review.
Yeah.
And it's pretty
Maybe we'll go
straightforward,
check it out.
so it'd be pretty easy to talk about.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe I'll tell Trina about it. We'll go check it out.
Coolest thing, bro, that doll is played by a human girl. They just make her look like a doll.
I know.
That's lit.
When I seen the trailer for that, I was like, "That's a human for sure." And
Yeah.
I like looked it up, and I was like, "Yeah." And it's wild how much like a doll they make her look like.
Because Dead Meat does like his thing with her, did a thing with her on YouTube for like the opening weekend. It
Yeah,
was
I
super
seen
cool.
that.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I looked at it for sure.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
epic, dude. Yeah, what's
that was Night of the Living Dead,
Night of the
1990
Living
remake.
Dead?
Yeah.
Night of the Living Dead.
Dude, so I don't have a bonus review picked out for next week. I know we got two other videos coming out this week because we've been slacking. So we're gonna make this week a banger. Cause we doing this. I'll have this up in the morning. And then we're gonna do the Scream ranking, right?
Yeah. hmm Yeah, that'll be a good and easy one.
Oh yeah.
Be a pretty easy one, yeah.
And then we got Halloween 5. Those are gonna be like the next three besides the bonus review for next week. But I don't know what we're gonna do for the bonus review yet. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah, it's your choice because I chose this one.
Yeah, you chose this one, so I'm picking
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
um yeah, but personally right now I have no idea, so I'll let you guys know. Actually, bruh, I'm gonna think of a few and I'll open up a poll on the channel. Let you guys decide. That's how we'll do it. Because I don't know. Our podcasts are starting to like rise up quicker.
hmm
Like even though like the newest ones ain't got up there faster, like Halloween 4 is already at like almost 40 views in like a couple
I
days.
know. And dude, Halloween 3 is still at 8.
Nobody likes Halloween 3, that's why. But I mean we couldn't
I'll
we couldn't not cover it, bro.
Yeah. I love it, but I mean, I guess a
It
lot of
it,
people
it
don't.
really wasn't that bad the last
Yeah.
time watching it through. I could watch it. I could stand it at least.
Yeah. I used to watch it every Halloween.
Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, bro, we got some other big things coming up actually. We're going to be working on a way to record ourselves and like our computer screen so we can start doing reaction videos. Going to be I think I know what I want to do for the first like reaction video. Like
hmm
start like mom say reacting to new movie trailers. So the one I'm thinking about now is like Scream 6, the new Saw movie. Um what are the other horror movies coming out this year that we know of? The
Mm.
Strangers. The Strangers coming
hmm
up soon too.
Yep. Yep.
For real. I completely forgot about that one.
Dude, I was thinking maybe one day I would like to maybe sometime we should do like one where we just talk about the horror news. I mean, not right now because we have our plate pretty full, but you know what I mean? Like just talk
See that
about
was kind of like our original idea, bro.
yeah,
Horror news.
it was, yeah. That's what you wanted to
Like
do.
for instance, we haven't really talked about. Well, I mean, that's mainly because there hasn't been no new information about it yet, because it's still
Yeah.
in kind of pre-production. But the Crystal Lake series coming out on Peacock. Have you heard
Yeah.
anything else about it? Because I ain't.
No.
I mean,
No.
as far as I know, it's still going to be a thing. I hope it is. I
Yeah, yeah.
mean, even if it's trash, it's still putting like Friday the 13th back on screen. Even if it's not putting Jason back on the screen,
Yeah.
we ain't had nothing Friday the 13th since 2009, dog.
I know.
That's wild.
And I wouldn't seen that in theaters. You were only like 7, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I was 22, man. 21.
bro. But yeah, Friday the 13th. We'll get to that soon or later on the channel. But yeah, I mean, like I said, if y'all want to see this stuff sooner, just comment. Like y'all ain't commenting nothing y'all want to see, so I don't know if what we're putting out is good enough or not. Like I know we getting viewers, so like I'm just gonna start letting us know what y'all want to see. I know I say this on every one, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a poll up tonight on what y'all want to see, so y'all can decide. So
Yeah, don't be afraid to comment.
yeah,
Leave a
for real.
comment.
But yep, I think that wraps it up for this episode. I would say this week, but we got some more stuff to do this week, so we'll see y'all again later this week.
Yeah,
Actually, no, because it's the end of the week. Tomorrow's
yeah
first
it
week.
is. Yeah,
I don't know.
tomorrow's Sunday. We won't be
See you
doing
guys
nothing. I
next
don't
week.
think.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Night of the Living Dead. Without further ado, I'm Danny.
And I'm Derek.
It's been the Horror Bros podcast.